Good morning, students. Welcome to Social Science class of 9th standard. In previous class, we had started economics first lesson, natural resources. So, in the last session, we had learnt about meaning and types of resources and scarcity of resources. Today, we shall learn about conservation of resources and ecological footprint. The rapid increase in resources use and their degradation result in serious problems to the mankind. So we may not get pure water to drink, clean air to breathe. So many resources may be exhausted. But how to address this issue? It can be done through conservation of resources. Conservation of natural resources means not to waste them but use them judicially. Biosphere, it is a part of earth crust, waters and atmosphere that supports life. For the benefit of all life including humankind, so that there is a balance between nature and our use of natural resources. Conservation has been defined as the management of biosphere. It may continue for a long time for the benefit to the present generation while maintaining its potential to meet the needs and aspiration means the desire of future generations. So, we should minimize the use of resources. We should not waste the resources. Then it's possible to us to save the resources for future generations. But the question arises, how can we do it? So, we can do it by adopting the 4R strategy, means reduce, reuse, recharge or regenerate and research. So, let us understand in short what is the meaning of these 4R strategy. So, first one, reduce. Reduce means to minimizing the use of resources and their wastage or trying to use less amount of any resource. So it will also reduce pollution. For example, we can reduce air pollution by reducing the use of vehicles. Next, reuse. See, this is also very simple but effective way to conserve the resources. So every resource has not only alternative uses but can be used multiple times, means more times. For example, the water that was used for bathing can be used for gardening. Waste paper can be converted into packaging materials. Next, recharge and regenerate. This refers to taking steps to allow the resource to grow through conscious human efforts. Means all rainwater harvesting efforts, recharge groundwater, afforestation, recharge tree stock, etc. Last one, research. Researching means ways to find renewable alternatives to non-renewable resources. Solar or wind energy is a renewable alternative to the energy we use. So, things we can do to conserve resources. First one, purchase less stuff. Means use items as long as you can. Ask yourself if need something new. Reduce excess packaging. For example, drinking water from the tap, buying it in plastic bottle. Recycle materials like metal cans, old cell phones and plastic bottles. Purchase product made from recycled materials. Keep air and water clean by not polluting the environment. Plant new trees to replace ones that we cut down. Drive lesser, take public transportation, bicycle or walk. Conserve energy at home, for example, turning off lights when not needed. So, like that, we can conserve the resources. Ecological footprint. So, to measure the overall impact of human activity on the Earth's environment, the World Wildlife Fund, it is an international non-governmental organization founded in 1961 that works in the field of preservation and the reduction of human impact on the environment. It has a devised measure called as the ecological footprint, which gives an idea about the extent of consumption of resources and waste generation by a country or by an individual in a country. This indicator is an estimate of the amount of space on the earth that an individual uses in order to survive using existing technology. It also includes the biologically productive land and water area that produces the resources consumed by that individual, such as food, water, energy, clothing, and building materials. So, we can say the ecological footprint measures a person's demand on the biocapacity of the earth. World Wildlife Fund in its Living Planet report of 2014 found that in 2010 the global ecological footprint was 18.1 billion global hectares or 2.6 global hectares per capita. But Earth's total biocapacity was only 12 global hectare or 1.7 global hectare per capita. It means that the Earth's people needed 18 billion hectares of productive land in order to provide each and every person with the resource they require to support their lifestyle and to absorb the waste they produce. But with only 12 billion global hectares available, it means that in 2010 people used about 50% more natural resources than the planet could regenerate. That is 1.5 planet. So, if we continue living in the same way, we will exceed the Earth's power of regeneration, and in few decades we'll need 5 planet Earths in order to survive. That's not possible. So, it is giving a clear message to change the way we live and consume the resources. Therefore, if the size of the ecological footprint is to be reduced, means we have to make the beginning individually. We start being aware of our own ecological footprint and do something about it. It's a small and simple step to begin with. It can make a big difference and contribute a lot to reduction of ecological footprint. So what can we do to reduce our ecological footprint? So we can buy organic food or locally grown produce. Next, have a kitchen garden. By doing this, you cut down on pollution from shipping, fertilizers, packaging, etc. and your food is fresh. Next, bring your own bags to the store. Either it is canvas or reuse plastic or paper bag. Buy and eat fewer processed food. Processed foods have been frozen, canned or packaged before coming to our table. So, we can eat fewer processed food. Instead of drinking a juice box, we can eat a piece of fruit. Eat less meat and dairy products. You can get protein from other sources also. That lentils, low-fat yogurt, milk, cheese, seeds, nuts, etc. Next, eat at home instead of ordering out. By doing this, we can cut down on pollution from shipping, packaging, and we can get hygiene food at home. Next, in electricity, how can reduce our ecological footprint? So, put off all lights when not in use. Next, Can turn the air conditioner and heater off at night. And keep doors and windows shut when heating or cooling the house or a car. So you can go by walk or ride your bicycle to school. You can take public transportation in spite of taking individual transportation. Carpool means using the same car for transport of several people if their destination is same. So how we can create a less waste? Buy products with the least amount of packaging possible, means buy in bulk or in big boxes rather than in individually wrapped containers. Next, ask for no bag when you buy something you can carry without one. Recycle as much as possible, means purchase recycled products when you can. Mend the things that are broken. Don't throw them away. Donate old items to someone who can use them. Buy items that can be used over and over. Reuse water bottles and recycle them. Next, turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Don't pour toxics down storm drains. Run only full loads in your dishwasher or washing machine. Put a brick in your toilet tank. It saves thousands of liters water a year. Use Indian type toilets more. And educate people in the community about their ecological footprint and what they can do to make it smaller. We can give the awareness to the people about reducing their ecological footprint. Join a group that works to make local rivers and streams healthier. We can join a group, those who are involved in cleaning the roads, cleaning the streets, get involved with the recycling program. For example, if you'll see any bottles in the parks or on the roadside, we can take it, we can throw in the dustbin. Next, we can do an energy audit of our school and see how it can save money and electricity. An energy audit is an inspection or survey to achieve energy and cost savings by identifying areas of energy waste in schools, in classrooms, or in house or in offices. Like unplug appliances that are not in use, keep your blinds open during the day, turn down the volume and brightness of your TV, make sure your refrigerator door is firmly closed, clean your electric fans, iron your clothes in large batches. So, with these simple steps, we can make a big difference to conservation of resources and reducing our pressure on the environment. So students, today we have completed natural resources lesson.